And so it all comes down to this, the series finale of The Legend of Korra, maybe the final word to be written about the Avatar series on television. Now I usually like to split these reviews up into two, but seeing as the final episodes, Day of the Colossus and The Last Stand, are so closely tied, I figure I would just review both in one go. The episode opens with Kovira's war machine assaulting Republic City. With the heroes just narrowly escaping last episode, they need to hit the ground running and quick. They also need to get creative if they want to bring down this war mech. Now, the thing I feel about The Legend of Korra at this point is that Korra herself is about as developed as she's gonna get. She has all the powers that she's gonna learn, and she knows herself about as well as she's going to, so really the only thing is left is for her to have the big throwdown with the bad guy. So what Day of the Colossus chooses to do instead is let the supporting cast have their big final moments, and I gotta say it works out pretty well. Pema and Prince Wu do their best to help a bunch of people escape the city with the help of badger moles. Varric finally admits his love to Julene, a very heartfelt, very silly proposal, very much keeping in line with the character, but my favorite moment has to be the reappearance of Asami's dad, yet again voiced by the great Daniel Dae Kim, who does his part in helping the good guys get their flying mechs off the ground. His appearance also helps tie everything back to Season 1, and if you thought you'd get out of this without them trying to pull the audience's heartstrings a little with him, ooh, you'd be wrong. There's no doubt in my mind that the writers and animators wanted this to be the biggest damn finale in the entire Avatar series, and you know what? I think they accomplish it. The whole of Republic City is turned into one giant action playground. We have dozens of benders all shooting off at the big machine that just won't stop coming. It's in the second part, The Last Stand, where we finally get our big one-on-one battles, and for the third season in a row, Bolin and Mako are on henchman duty. Not even named henchman duty either this time around, just two faceless grunts. And for the second season in a row, Mako only pulls out his lightning bending for one last attempt at heroic sacrifice, which I personally thought would have been a really bold and welcome move for his character, but he gets saved at the last second, because if he died, then Bolin would have been sad, and the audience would have been sad, and then there would have been no one to pat Prince Wu on the back later for his job well done. The big showdown between Kuvira and Korra is truly top-notch stuff, and a show already filled to bursting with amazing action choreography. They really pull out all the stops here, even bringing in some slow-down, speed-up effects. The fight eventually gets taken to the spirit world, where the show stops to tell us what I've been saying since the start of the season, that Korra and Kuvira are two sides of the same coin, both driven prodigies in their own right, but also brash and hot-headed. It's also kind of a bummer that much like Amon in Season 1, we don't learn about Kuvira's Freudian reasons for villainy at the very end, where the whys suddenly start to stop mattering. Heck, come to think of it, at least Amon had half an episode devoted to a flashback of his life. That being said, I still do think that Kuvira is still probably the strongest Legend of Korra villain, which is why I'm surprised that she just kinda let herself get arrested at the end. I very much thought that she was beyond the point of no return and would have gone down fighting. So with the day saved, we get a wedding celebration complete with a band made up of one-off characters. Damn, Korra had a huge cast, a fact that I really only appreciate here at the end. But I'm sure all you shippers out there only want to hear me talk about one thing, don't you? Mainly that Korra and Asami choose to hold hands and leave the city behind and go backpacking in the spirit world. The final shot being them lovingly looking into each other's eyes. Wow, that is an ending that took massive balls. Good on you, writers. I get the feeling we'll be getting a ton of videos and think pieces on this very topic. For what it's worth, if you had asked me a month ago how it all would have ended, I would have assumed that Korra would have ended up alone at the end of the series. But I thought what they ended up doing was actually very sweet and very well handled. Plus, hey, it's throwing a massive bone to the fandom, so hey, points for that. So that's The Legend of Korra Season 4. Overall, I felt it was a strong finale with a good mixture of action and a lot of love being shown to the supporting cast. Then again, unlike previous seasons, you know, there wasn't a big upending or a big change to the status quo in any meaningful way. At least one hanging plot thread involving the Fire Nation feels kinda weird, kinda lost in the shuffle. Also, the door is very much left open for more shows should the creators want to do it, although I certainly don't see that happening anytime soon. But it did end on a very feel-good note, and that's certainly something. I can easily say that there won't be another show like Legend of Korra anytime soon. With its beautiful animation, stellar action, awesome voice cast, memorable characters, and who can forget always being the focal point of a lot of discussion and debate amongst the fandom. While I would definitely call the series a much-watch, the finale I will give a 9.5. If you'd like to know more of my thoughts on the finale and the series as a whole, then be sure to keep your eyes peeled to my Twitter because I've already been invited to a couple post-show wrap-up panels. And thanks for watching, everyone.